Hello and welcome to another devlog for Peasant Uprise. As a result of the gameplay that I covered in my last devlog, there has been quite a few great suggestions that I wanted to implement. So let's jump right into it. It is important not to fall into the trap of building your game, or any project really, in a vacuum. It's good and important to share your progress and get some feedback. Now, I do acknowledge that criticism is always tough, especially in any artistic form. But one thing that I've found is that the indie game community is extremely supportive, and all the feedback has always been very well intended. And they make some great points too. George pointed this out. When you display the stars the player has won from the quest, consider making them more apparent by making them gold. That's fair enough. And I've changed the process a bit, and now the stars get filled with as many brighter stars as you've earned, and it does feel more gratifying. Arusan said, I see you're doing a lot of clicking through character screens to check for available skill points, equipment conditions and so on. I think you could probably streamline this a bit by having a party summary screen, where you can see the condition of all the characters in the party, with a notification for unused skill points and the like. I couldn't agree more. This is a great suggestion as well. And as a matter of fact, I already have a screen with a list of all the peasants with some info and orders, so it feels like the right place to do this. I like the new gold stars so much that I decided to use them to convey whether a peasant can be upgraded, either skills or traits. In order to continue with the flow, the next step is to be able to click to access the peasant menu. So now the name of the peasant is clickable and will open that panel so the player can jump straight to the peasant that needs some attention. But the next problem was that when you close the peasant menu, the list of peasants needed to be refreshed. And that led to some weird Unity errors, which took a while to overcome, but it's now working as expected. Since I was working on this menu, one issue that I found is that I have a button to set everyone to stay at camp, but there is no button to unlock everyone from camp, so you have to uncheck each one at a time. In an effort to avoid micromanagement, I made the stay at camp really a toggle, so once you click the option changes to ready to leave camp, and if you click again, it will uncheck all the peasants. As you can see, the focus has been to improve game experience and make things easier to manage. In a way, management of peasants is inevitable, because Peasant Uprise requires the player to manage a rebellion. But I do want to avoid micromanaging each peasant, and that's why during camp they normally work on their own and pick up their tools for the job assigned and rest or eat when they need to without player intervention. It is important to take feedback, but it is also important to give back. And I try to get my hands on other devs' projects and give them feedback as well. I like indie games not only because I know I'm going to get a unique experience out of the ordinary, but also because I can get in touch with the devs and maybe get some of my ideas implemented in those games. I've had fun playing these demos and I'm leaving a link to them in the description. But what I know it's really important is to give feedback and to report any issues I've found. But I also like to point out the things I like, so the devs can get an idea of what's working well from a player experience point of view. I'm only 2 weeks away from the marathon, but I've been resting my injury. I do have to say that my goals have changed and I'm no longer setting a time to beat, and instead I'm just hoping to finish in one piece. With that said, I'll see you in the next update.